Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Decade Twins podcast. This is Trisha, your host, and
I'm not a background singer. And Moni, your other host.
the other host, my co-host. So we are going to be talking about relationships today. As you see the title, Will You Marry Me? A Family Decision.
Mm.
Okay, so I had ran across this show or whatever called Bride and Prejudice. And basically, they have like three different couples who are going to be getting married in a short time frame. But the only way that they can get married is if they get the family's approval. So, our first couple is Cameron and Willie, which I think is cool because my mom is the only person I know, well, woman I know with the name Willie. And then I see this, I was like, oh my gosh, that's
Right.
so so Cameron and Willie, they are an interfaith couple. Cameron is a Christian and Willie is Jewish. So Willie's family, the only way they want to give like Cameron the blessing to even propose to her is if he converts.
Right.
So her family, sorry, wants Cameron to convert to Judaism, and yeah. What do you I have some thoughts about that. You know, Simone
Mm.
knows a little bit, but I know a little more. So what do you think about that? I really want to ask her because y'all know she's a pastor. So this is very interesting. What do you think about
Um,
that?
I honestly, okay, I agree with the parents, but to the point of they shouldn't get married being different religions.
Hmm.
Um, but the parents shouldn't have that much say so with it. But they can give their advice, but then still let them choose.
Hmm.
But with me, I couldn't marry someone that's outside of my religion because that's something that is my foundation with everything, with decisions I make, with how I raise my children or my future children, whatever. It's my foundation with
Hmm.
everything. So I have to be with somebody not that's not of a different religion. Like you, at least you got to believe in the same God that I believe in. I'd rather date somebody that's not into church but still believe in the same God,
Hmm.
same Jesus that I believe in, than date someone who's totally their religion is totally different from
Hmm.
mine. So
Yeah, and that was when you said something about the children, that was something that was brought up by Willie's dad and grandmother. They were like, children need a foundation, and in the Jewish religion, the children are raised as whatever religion the mother is.
mm,
So I don't know. That was interesting. And Willie's mother, she was a Christian at first and she converted to Judaism. And
mm-hmm.
I don't know, did you see the part where she explained like why she did it?
No, I see. I didn't get to see
Okay.
that part. Yeah.
Okay. So when she went on to say basically like, and that kind of got on my nerves. So she was like, "Yeah, with Christianity, it's all judgmental, and everybody's going to hell if they don't do this, and this, and stuff like that." And I'm just like, "Wow!" And I mean, not to bring race or anything into it, I'm like, "But you are a right Christian. I don't, I don't know. Like the world judges you, period. So
Mm-hmm.
why pretend that that's not just something that happens anyway?" And then she was
Right.
like, and when she had started going to the Jewish church, it was just things that he said. She's like, "Oh, I like that. I like that." I feel like when she was explaining it, it was more so of, do whatever you want to do and just believe in God and stuff like that, instead of having these, I guess, laws or things or
Mm-hmm.
commandments that you will have to follow. But I was so confused because I'm like, isn't Jewish and Don't y'all believe in the same thing anyway? I was so confused. But Willie went on to kind of explain that they are more going by the first testament in the Bible.
Yeah, they go by the Old Testament and not the New, which brings Jesus Christ. They
Yeah.
don't believe they believe that Jesus Christ was just another person, a Jewish man. They don't believe he was the Son of God, which was actually God reincarnated in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
They don't believe that at
Mm-hmm.
all. So
So,
it's like the whole New Testament, which is what Christianity, we believe in the whole Bible, not
mm,
just half of it. Not to put,
yeah.
any other religion down, but that's how we believe the whole Bible. So yeah, they just take the Old Testament and not the
Mm-hmm.
New.
Mm-hmm. But one thing I know that I didn't like, I was like, I didn't really like. I'm like, why he gotta convert?
Right.
He can't convert. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
something that I realized with the whole show. It was always on the men.
Mhm.
Like the problem was, was geared towards having something to do with the man. And I'm
Mhm.
just like, for real, when you go into a marriage, it's both sides. Like both, I feel like both sides should have got that pressure, and
Right.
it didn't. Like they didn't do the show that way.
Which is
So
interesting in Chris Cameron, I'm sorry, and Willie's relationship, and how you said the mother is like Christianity is so judgmental and
hmm
stuff, but like you said, why are you trying to get him to convert? But his parents, they're
yeah.
okay with it. The Christians are
hmm
still, embracing her or
hmm
whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but Christianity is judgmental for real. You're judging him
Yeah.
as a Christian and you want him to change over
Yeah.
because you're judging him as a Christian. So it's kind of like hypocrisy.
Yeah. Yeah. That was crazy to me. So the next couple is Kareem and Keandria, but they call her Kiki. So
Hmm.
that's all I'll say. They are a mixed age.
Why are you so weak?
A mixed age relationship because I'm going off of that mixed weight thing. Like I'm not
Oh
serious.
yeah.
Like, duh, of course. But no, so Kareem is 24 and Kiki is either 27 or 28, I don't remember. She also has a son from a
Mhm.
previous marriage, and this is the only one. So this is a black couple. This is the only one where both of the mamas was like, nah, like y'all
Right.
ain't.
Let me show a quick clip of his mom. I mean,
Okay.
Kiki's
Her
mom.
mom.
Yeah, her mom.
Are you making her foot all the bills by herself? Because as a mother, you promised me that you would take care of her.
I'm gonna take care. I've been taking care of her for 3 years now.
Because to me, you're a child.
So yes.
Miss Marveline is just not having it. Like that has been her thing the whole season. Like the whole season, she's just like, nah, no. And it was so funny because they have a part where they go in for couples counseling. They'll have like
Mhm.
all the couples come in. They had her mom, Miss Marveline, to, tell why she was against it. When I say she let all the tea spill, baby, she
Everything.
held nothing back. I'm like, girl, why did you come on this show and you know your mama is this way? I would never go on a show like that with my mama because she the same way. She's like,
Yes.
let's keep it real, He's addicted to porn. I'm like, bruh. She was like, and she's just like, Mama,
Yes.
you know how your mama is. Like, why in the world would you even do that?
And she
So,
was like, "Well, now I can't even tell my mom stuff
cause she gonna say something about it. Duh. Especially
on
you
national
trying to,
television."
yeah, especially you trying to tie your life, you know what I'm saying, to this boy.
Mm-mm.
It was just too funny. But Kareem's mom, her position was she was kept asking him like, did you do everything you wanted to do? Like, have you
Right.
had all the girls that you wanted to have in your life? Because I mean, 24 for some people, I guess it depends on the
Hmm.
maturity level.
Right.
Because there's 24-year-olds that can have a successful marriage and stuff like that. But
Right.
if your mama is saying that, that means she knows some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I don't think you're ready, this and that. And I think it ended up coming up that maybe he wasn't ready, but I don't think the girl Kiki was ready either
No,
because they do not know how to communicate at all.
at all. At
Like
all.
they don't know how to communicate at all.
But I do
And
have to commend, like, from the angle that his mom was coming from, I definitely agree with.
mhm,
And like the angle Kiki, she's funny though.
mhm.
I can
Miss
see,
Marceline.
yeah, I can see why she would feel, the way she feels, because like you said, he is younger, and there is, a child involved as well. But I have to commend him too, because this man is ready to adopt her child, and
Mhm.
like him and the child have a great relationship just from what we're seeing on TV. I don't know if it's just television, but I feel because of the way the child interacts with him that this is real life for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so the relationship they have is great, but do they have that great relationship because he is childish? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Can
Yeah.
you really be an authority figure in this child's life, or is this child gonna treat you, are y'all gonna be like brothers?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was cool too that he wanted to adopt a little boy. Um, but they whew,
What do you think
I
about the lie detector test?
that was funny. Oh yeah. So Marveline, that's Kiki's mama. she she ordered this boy to take a lie detector test. Like she do not trust him at all. He was just saying, a relationship can't come back from a lie detector test. Like you got to make me take a lie detector test. I, eh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
These days, it is legit like scary because people be lying like
Yes.
really good,
That's why I
really
can't be mad. I
good.
can't be mad at her, neither one of the moms, or
Yeah.
where this relationship is concerned, because it's like you do not know.
Yeah.
And he's saying, yeah, I took care of her for 3 years, but this is marriage. And that's what she was
Mhm.
saying. Like, marriage is totally different,
Mhm.
from y'all just dating and playing around. That's the way
Yeah.
she's treating their relationship. Like, y'all
Yeah.
just playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then y'all talking about marriage, and y'all talking about getting married soon.
Mhm.
We got to figure you out. But
It's
Kareem was
yeah.
like, he was not having it with this lie
Yeah.
detector.
Like he was done. He was hot. He was hot. But the thing about it is what I realized after I don't remember what episode it was, but they were going to the court or whatever to get the adoption, legalized
Hmm.
and all of that stuff, and they ended up having a disagreement. And the result that he went to is I'm gonna get my stuff, blah blah blah. So that's making me think like those mothers, like, no, like, because if you leave, you're not only leaving her, but you're also leaving that child as well. And you're doing this at the court where you're trying to adopt him. Like
Right.
that doesn't make sense. So at that point, I was like, oh yeah, nah.
Right. And
He
that's
needs
what
to get
made
his stuff.
Kiki, I think she thought about that
Mm-hmm.
too. Because she was like, that's long term. Like, marriage ain't even as long term as this adoption. Like, we
Mm-hmm.
get married, we can get a divorce, but once you adopt this child, you're saying, I am the father to this
Mm-hmm.
child. Ain't no divorcing or leaving that. And I think
Yeah.
that she's like, we got to see if you really ready for that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of men don't understand, especially when they don't have their own children, or if they
Mm-hmm.
have children that's outside of their care. They don't understand how much, as mothers, that determines every decision in our life.
Yeah.
Our child, when you're a real mother, okay,
Mm-hmm.
when you're a real mother, as soon as the doctor tells you you're pregnant, your whole mindset changes. It
Yeah.
doesn't. It's no longer, oh well, what do I like to do, or what clothes do I need? Everything, even the jobs you take,
Yeah.
is determined by your
By
child.
your child. Yep.
And
Absolutely.
men don't realize that. So with her as a mom, I have to commend her with saying, now we're gonna wait, let's work on this marriage first
Mm-hmm.
to see if you even gonna stick around. And that showed her right there when once he blew up like that, instead of saying, well, I'm gonna prove it to you,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
blew up, he went crazy.
And he blew up like that because, like I said, they don't have good communication. Because there was a part of the show where the couples had to come up with their dream date, and the twist that Dr. Cal or Pastor Cal had put on it was, okay, you're going to take out your significant other's
Mhm.
family member. I guess the one that they, had the problem with or whatever. So he um he had to take out Kiki's mom, and then Cameron took out Willie's mom,
Mhm.
and then we haven't gotten to the other couple yet, but they they went out on this date, and Kiki got really mad at the fact that she wasn't the one going on the dream date. Like, this girl was blowing up like crazy over this. I'm like, that is so childish. She's like, you're so worried about trying to get my mom's approval. You're not even working on my approval, whatever. And I'm like,
Mhm.
but y'all in this together trying to get married. So,
Right.
so you're already saying that he don't even really have your approval, and you're acting this way because he's taking your mama on the date. This is the person that you brought from your side of the family to represent. You know what I'm saying? Who to talk to
Mhm.
for his approval. Let him go out on a date with your mom. Like,
Right.
they need to get to know each other, because that's the only way it's going to happen on this show anyway. Because
Mhm.
that's the requirement. Like, your family has to approve before y'all
Right.
can get married. So seeing her blow up like that, like, I was just like, this is
But
stupid.
you know what that showed me? Because in the beginning, on the first episode, it was showing how he took her to the Ferris wheel and it was all romantic. So then we have, I don't know which episode that was, but
Hmm.
but now we have this other episode, okay, maybe episode 4 or 5, where you tripping because of this special romantic date. It's show y'all just acting for TV. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Where that part is concerned, because that means he don't really be taking you out on these dates and stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because if you're taking me to the Ferris wheel, you're proposing, and then you doing all this extravagant stuff, and
Yeah.
now we have this assignment where you got to take my mom out. I'm not going to be tripping because you already
Exactly.
showed me that attention. So
Exactly. And
apparently,
when he
y'all
did
for
that, I thought that was so cool.
yes,
I was like, yo, that is so cool. I've never thought of that when it came to, the steps or whatever to getting married and stuff. Like, wow, I never thought of having the person that I would want to be with take my mom out on a date and stuff like that. That's so
exactly.
cool. That's so cool.
And she took it totally different. Like,
Hmm. Yeah.
why are
Yeah.
you jealous? If he already been doing this stuff for you,
If he don't.
right? Y'all acting.
Yeah, the
But
show
yeah,
funded those dates. Maybe that's what
right.
she's like, dang, they want to pay for everything too. And you gonna take my mom out? I'm never gonna. Whew. Yeah, they ain't ready.
At all.
But our next couple is Chris and Blair, and they were together for 1 year, and I don't know, they are a interracial. I don't even consider it interracial, but they're an interracial couple. Chris is North Korean and Caucasian, and Blair is just Caucasian. But her mom has an issue with him being North Korean because North Korea is, she says, her quotes, not me, is a communist country.
Mama crazy.
That's her only reason. She's like, I don't know him enough, what is his beliefs, because he's North Korean. And it's crazy because, like, in the show he begins to explain, like, I was born in Georgia, something like that. He said, like, his mom had moved from North Korea, settled in Newport News, Virginia, and then they moved to Georgia, I think Atlanta or something like that.
Hmm.
So he's just like, I don't even, he's blown away. He's so confused about why she keeps trying to settle on him being North Korean. And what it all comes down to is she was kind of being racist.
I gotta show a clip of the mother. Let's see.
Let's take a look.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, God.
I know very little about Chris because I've only met Chris once in person. His mother being North Korean is going to be a problem. It's hard for me to even say that out loud.
Because you know it's wrong.
Yes, you know how it sounds. You have a problem with him because of his mom. And what's crazy is he doesn't even have a relationship with his mom. Like he has no relationship with his mom. When his mom and his dad had got divorced, she had said something because he took his dad's side, and she had said something like, I think like I'm done with you or something like that. And he doesn't even have a relationship with his mother. So it's just crazy.
It is. But then for her mom, then that's also a problem that they don't have. He don't have a relationship with his mother, which I would think, being that you know where his mother come from, and that's a problem for you. You would be okay with this man not having a relationship with his mom because it shows, okay, even if his mom was raised that way or have these different views that I'm thinking these North Koreans have, he hasn't been raised by her. So
exactly.
This lady she's just crazy.
She just picking it. Maybe she should have just said, no, I just don't like him. I want her to be with a white person. Because then they had a session where it was the couples and the parents or whatever, the family member. And she was like, I want my grandchildren to look like me and Blair. And everybody's just like, what does that mean? She's like, I want my grandchildren to look like me and Blair. I want them to have me and Blair's, what is it? Like looks or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like me and her. So then Pastor Cal is like, okay, if I say I want my grandchildren to look like me, how are you perceiving what I just said? And she was like, you want your grandchildren to be black. And we like, you're racist. It's like, bruh. Thank you. Because then Kiki stood up to say, she was like, that's how we know it's about race, whether you're trying to say it's not, because you didn't say anything about him being slim, having an athletic build, him being bald. You didn't say any of those other physical characteristics. You went straight to, you want him to be black.
Exactly.
So you want your grandchildren to be white. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Let's call a spade a spade. Like,
exactly.
At this point, you embarrassing yourself. And then she was like, no, I'm not racist. My husband is Afghan American. We like, bro, that's like the white person saying, I'm not racist. I have black friends. What? Are you serious? Like, get out of here, bro.
Yes.
That was crazy.
So you racist and you a hypocrite for real.
You don't even know. And I'm just like, his dad is Caucasian. Like, he's not even
fully.
Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, girl.
So like, who knows what the grandbaby's gonna come out looking like? And what does that even like? Why is that even a issue or a concern? Because you could have a grandbaby who is, have a deformity or something that they're born with. You're more worried about their nationality, how they come out looking, instead of, no, I just want them to be healthy, have 10 toes, 10 fingers. Like,
yes, exactly.
Girl.
Like, wow, that's insane.
Yeah, that lady was
and then I guess she started to realize like really how she sounded, like, and then she started to say, well, I'm concerned about the fact that he is North Korean because when I married my Afghanistanian, or I don't know if I'm saying that right, y'all, husband or whatnot, we faced a lot of issues or whatever, and I don't want her to have to go through that. But I'm just like, like that's probably, y'all probably experienced a lot of issues in y'all's days because you're older, but in today's world, I mean, No, because honestly,
Right.
I didn't even know the boy was North Korean. When I saw it, I thought it was like, okay, he's white. Until they told me
Yeah.
it's interracial. I'm like, where is the black and the white, the white person at? Because here in America, that's about
Right.
interracial as it gets. It get black and white, you know what I'm saying? So that was yeah, that was crazy to me. And then I'm like, and your husband was from Afghanistan. In the media here in America, they are perceived as dangerous terrorists and stuff like that. So of course I would see where it would be a problem with y'all, but not with a Korean and Caucasian woman, like a Korean man and Caucasian woman, excuse me. Like I don't. What issues are they really about to face here?
Right. And then if you just think of how many Koreans or just Asian people we see anyway. It's normal to see them in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we
Absolutely.
use their hair, we purchase hair from them, we get our nails done, we eat their food. Like, come on.
And it's normal to see an Asian person with a Caucasian person. Like, it's so normal to see here
Yes.
in America. So she was reaching because she was racist.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know. So this was my little question that I had thought of. I'm like, I'm gonna ask Moni this: would you date outside of your race? Well, no, not date. Sorry, marry, because that's different. That's different.
Definitely.
Okay.
I don't care if you're North Korean. Okay. I'm just just treat me right. Like I really don't care anymore. Now I used to be like, I don't know if they will understand my struggles as a Black woman, but understanding a person's struggles don't mean you had to actually go through the same struggles to understand and empathize with it. Of course you can sympathize because you never been through it. But if people
empathy is when you've been through it. Sympathize is when you are
okay.
Yeah.
But whichever way. It's people of my race that has never been through all the struggles that I've been through. So that the race doesn't determine like if we've been through the same struggles or whatever,
Yeah.
So I really wouldn't, yeah. Long answer short, whoever you are. I don't care what your race is,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Ready to look, vaxxed and ready to vaxxed and waxed. I'm not vaxxed, but
but you next time. That's what I'm talking about. Sexy pasta, yes.
Too much info.
I love a sexy pasta.
So would you marry someone of a different race?
In the grand scheme of things, I would like to think that I could, but I don't know. I'm at the first, I'm at the second level. I've spoken to a Caucasian man. And it didn't go really well. And I tried again, and it didn't go really well. But I did talk to him more than one day.
Okay.
So that's level 2.
No, you gotta do these things in stages.
A straining thing here. Because I am open to dating, but then it's like when it's all said and I don't know.
So okay, what was something, because you got to give more context to what was something that turned you off about the Caucasian guy that was different, that showed there was a difference between him and some of the Black guys that you dated that caused you to say like, this ain't gonna work?
It could be the so I'll go like it could be the attention, like it was just like yin, 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 like it was like kind of felt like it was moving really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be because I am conditioned to having to deal with people playing mind games.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the camera at this one. Mind games. Okay. And because I mean, what is the difference? Every black man don't have a big eggplant. Let's be real. Okay, every black man don't know how to eat a buffet. Let's be real. Okay, so I know it ain't that, you know what I mean? But mhm, okay. So I think
Jesus.
it was more of that part. You know what I'm saying? Breaking
Mm-hmm.
or trying to get myself out of thinking this is the way a relationship is supposed to be. So, you know, now and that was a few years back. The last one was maybe a couple of months back, but I still wasn't where I am today when I
Mm-hmm.
was, talking to that white guy. So, hey, another one might try. My mind is I've been working on that, my mental
Mm-hmm.
and really breaking the barriers and the ideals that I've been conditioned to believe in and like just put on myself. I mean, I would love black love, but black love ain't loving me.
Right now, right.
It's out of like it's out of control. Like it's out of control. So I guess I still never really answered the question. That's to be determined. Okay.
Not
Yeah,
gonna say no, but I'm not gonna say
yeah,
yes
I'm not gonna say
either.
no or yes because, like you said, it's ultimately how the person treats me, makes me
Mm-hmm.
feel, and how I even treat them or make them feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, I don't
right.
even want us to get into a disagreement or something, and I'm just like lashing out way on some, you know what I'm saying, like
Mm-hmm.
prejudiceness and all that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
Wow. I asked her the question and couldn't even answer my own question.
And see with you, I wanted you to answer because I know you've had experience where even though it didn't go deep,
Mm-hmm.
but I know I've been approached by Caucasian men, but it never went anywhere because I didn't even like the way they approached me. And it wasn't because they were Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't turn down black men because you just don't approach me right. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So that's what caused me not to. You ain't gonna get a number or nothing
Mm-hmm.
unless you approach me right. Like that's the foundation of me wanting to say, yeah, I want to talk to you a little more. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that it don't matter your race with that. That's why I said just treat me right. But I wanted you to answer because I know you went a little deeper where you had some type of communication
Mm-hmm.
with this individual. So
Yeah, and I like that that's what you said, like ultimately it's like treat me right. Because
yeah.
even like what we see on social media, we have black men that are like really dogging black women, like it's insane. So then I'm like, okay, well maybe I do need to be open.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have some black men that's saying when now that you're open, they're calling you oh, what's the word they be using? Basically, like you a sellout.
Mm-hmm.
Sellout.
Yeah.
But it's like, what else am I? Oh, y'all just want me to just have nobody. Y'all just want me
Mm-hmm.
to suffer and just not be able to love and receive love from anybody. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So,
But them same black men, if they come across a black man who's dating outside of his race, which
oh,
for
thank
real is the more you'll see that more typically than you'll see a
you.
black woman dating a white man. It's just statistics.
Yeah.
They don't then the black men don't say nothing to the other black man
Mm-mm.
at all.
They handle
Like
them.
they not sellouts or none of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now the black women will definitely say something,
If
but
yeah, if they care enough, because it's getting to the point where black women is just like, okay,
yeah,
whatever. We gonna
yeah.
go to a white man,
right?
or an Asian man, and you know what I'm saying?
Because it used to be where, oh, y'all trying to take our black men, but sis, your black men went over there freely.
Yeah, yeah,
So, and
yeah.
I've always thought like that. So that's why now, like if I see an interracial couple, it's nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's nothing. So
Yeah.
hey,
So
who knows? MJ might have a Caucasian stepdad, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Asian. I don't.
It is an Asian dude though, and this store that I be going to, I be like,
need the address. Where you be at?
he is a good looking, like, you know what I'm saying?
I done seen some cute Asian men.
Yeah, they be cute. I be like, okay.
And one thing I do know from that, they are workers because they've been working since they were 1. Okay, these Asian people, they child welfare. They working.
We ain't gonna tell y'all where, but it's some kids out there.
It's some kids taking orders and stuff.
For real. For real. I'm like, hold on, they speak English too well. Go there and it's a little, oh, that's why. Okay. That's
know how to work the register and everything. Like, what? I be feeling bad. Like, hold on now.
They don't care. Shoot. It's all in the family. Well,
Exactly.
we wouldn't know that much.
He will work, honey.
So the next thing I would want us to talk about is like how much deciding authority should be given to family when it comes to getting married. Like for you, thinking about the context of the show.
In my opinion, these families have too much authority. Of course you want your family to like your significant other, you know what I'm saying? But as far as being the deciding factor of if you marry this person or not, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you see, because with us, we're really close. But it's only out of my family, I will only consider, and I'm not saying this just because we on this show, but my sister is the only because I have living proof that she finds out things and she sees things that no one else will see. Okay. My mom, she loves so hard where it could be Chucky and she would be like, yes, that is my son-in-law, honey. Yes.
This is not cap at all. Everybody.
Yes.
And mine too. I ain't know. Like, oh, is that gonna be your husband? What? I don't even know this man's last name yet.
Exactly. But if my significant other meets my sister and Trisha says something, and I know that's how Trisha gonna say it. She ain't gonna say, I ain't telling you not to marry you, but pay attention to such and such, and it will cause my eyes to be open. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be on guard. Like, let me see what my sister is saying. But as far as like just, oh well, they don't like, so I'm not marrying you, or they have to like you in order for me to marry. No, that's too much. You got to make the decision for yourself, because at the end of the day, it's gonna be you and that person.
Yeah,
and you can either
point, you're just too old,
right?
To need your family's approval.
Right.
Hey, look. But like you said, just get that one. Don't be looking for the whole family. Just get that one. Because at some point, we just too old. Like, look.
Right.
Like nobody. Like, for real. Y'all just want me to be alone forever. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when you're 2 girls in a family full of boys. They ain't going to like too many people anyway. It just is what it is. They can marry this one, that one, be with this one, that one. But when it comes to their sisters, they just, So.
Just out here frolicking.
What about you? Well, I guess you already kind of answered, huh?
At some point, I'm sorry, family, because I know that I'm just too old. Okay, at this point, just too old. And
Exactly.
I'm a pick up on enough to know, like, nah, this ain't the person I'm gonna marry. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I be having an open mind with stuff like that. Like I'm not bringing in past relationship stuff. I'm bringing in the things that I've learned from it, but not the trauma of it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's why I
Mm-hmm.
am big on communication. Anybody that try to talk to me needs to know, and they have known and come to find out, if we cannot have a conversation, it's dead from there. At this point, I'm really just bypassing time. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, no. So yeah. Would you marry anyone younger than you? Because thinking of Kareem and Kiki. That's a long pause.
Because I've dated a guy younger. Um, and he was a lot younger than me. It didn't like good man. Work. He didn't have any kids. Lived on his own. Like he was a good man, but he didn't understand who I was as a woman and as a mother. And just like different experience that I've been through in life, and like even his communication was off because of our age difference. I feel he just didn't have as much experiences where life is concerned that I have. But that doesn't mean anything because I've dated older men and it's the same thing.
Mhm.
So yes, I would marry somebody younger. Now hold on, let me give a disclaimer.
Because I got to
Y'all,
follow up.
y'all tell y'all kids, okay, to stop inviting me to prom and stuff. I'm not going that young, okay?
For real. For real. All the high schoolers be trying to get in Roni.
I'm like, I probably graduated with your mama.
She can't go to Chick-fil-A. She, she can't go to Food Land. She can't go to Dollar Tree.
Girl, I be like, come on now.
Oh,
I'm in
listen.
Walmart and the boy with his mama and
Woo.
approaches me. And I'm like, I'm the same age as your mama. I was like, no, sweetheart. I
Oh.
can tell you young.
Oh.
You with your mama. Your mama probably coached you into approaching me. Like, go
Mm.
ahead, there go one right there.
That's crazy. But my follow-up was because you said the other guy, he wasn't like really good on the communication and stuff like that. So, you know, do you see where are you open to teaching someone how to be these things that you want, or to do these things that you need for this successful marriage?
Um,
Hypothetical successful marriage.
it depends on how much they need to be taught because I'm 40 years old. I don't time is ticking. I need you to already have some of these skills already. If
Hmm.
I'm teaching you something, it should be teaching you what I need because not every woman needs the same thing. You know what I'm saying? As far as showing your affection or the type of communication and stuff like that. So you should already know how to communicate, but maybe I want you to like there's this guy I used to talk to, and we used to have 10 random questions, and that's how we would like get to know each other. And it could be simple questions like, what's your favorite food, or what's your favorite color, or if you had if you could work another job, what type of job would you choose? You know what I'm saying? Just simple stuff like that, but it helped me to get to really really know him even
Mhm,
more, even the little simple details that we kind of overlook. So if
mhm.
it's something like that, then okay, but not where all you asking me is what I'm doing. Like,
Ooh,
oh, I'm
girl.
watching TV. Oh, what you watching? Like the driest conversations. But you
Yes.
don't know a middle name. You don't know a color that I like. You don't know where I want to be at in 5 years. You don't know.
Yes. And it feel like, and I don't know if this is society, but from my experiences, in the dating world now,
Mhm.
people don't, those questions to them are dry and boring. And I'm just like, how are we supposed to really get to know each other? Like, if you're trying to, that's how I determine if someone is serious or
Mhm.
not. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
if we're trying to really go somewhere with this, then you should know everything about me. If we're trying to be married, you should be my best friend. No one should know more about me than you. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And you having all of my truth and still deciding that you want to marry me, that's the marriage I want to be in. You know?
Mhm.
Even if I'm telling you everything, like some people are like, no, you don't tell them everything. But no, if I tell this person everything and he decides like he's judging me, then I know you're not the person for me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But if he's like, you know what, I had a past too, I did blah blah blah, and he still loves me or loves me even more deeply, then that's the one. But I can't
Right.
figure that out. I can't get, you know what I'm saying, to that point if all you asking is what you doing.
Right. Exactly.
Ask me that. You ask me WYD. I'm answering. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's just, and I, like you said, I like stuff like that. Like, oh,
Mhm.
down to the smallest details. So if I decide like I want to buy you something, I'm like, I'm gonna buy in his favorite color. I don't even know your favorite color.
Exactly.
I don't even know your intimate dislikes and likes to be able to create something. You know what I'm saying? That is
Mhm.
for you. You don't, and you can't do it for me.
Exactly.
That's so boring. Be out here giving some tips, okay? Because we
Exactly.
that be watching our show, so y'all listen up, you know.
And I think those, like, just a man asking those little, details that another man may not has have found as important, but to this man's like, yeah, I want to know every single part of you. It helps a woman to be openly vulnerable, which is really what you want. You want her to feel vulnerable around you because that means she feels safe,
Mm-hmm.
like, around you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And that's what you want. You want your woman or your man, because it can be the other way around, to feel safe, like where you can share whatever with
yeah,
me. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
And like for a man, doing that, you can really tap into the femininity of a woman. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And now I'm speaking more for the black woman because it's not to throw any shade at any other, but we are the ones that are seen as masculine and loud and blah blah blah. It's because
Hmm.
we have to be. We don't have that sense of security or
Hmm.
that bodyguard there to protect us. So we have to protect ourselves while still trying to look pretty. It just doesn't. It doesn't work. There's no functionality in that. You know what I'm saying? And most of
Yep.
the time, we seen our moms doing that because we've come from our moms having to play dad and stuff. So we just
Exactly.
doing that anyway. But like you said, you get to where she's comfortable, she's safe. You really ask her these little details of her life. That's going to make her be like, wow. You know what
Like,
I'm saying?
dang, nobody ever asked me that. Nobody ever cared.
Ask me that. You will start to change, like how she is towards you and you all's relationship.
Yes,
Relationship.
exactly.
So thank you. No, I'm the hoodie y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody getting nothing over me. I'm sorry you missed that point in my life. Too bad for you, good for me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Hmm.
only been something else that I would have had to do a lot of work to get over. Now, mm,
That's what I
the
said.
power that I have now when it comes into people, relationships, and stuff, nobody can get anything over me.
Hmm.
Moved by the frivolous surface conversation.
Right, exactly.
I'm not stimulated at all. And if you
Yep.
can't stimulate my mind, I'm gonna let you know right now. Okay, it's Grand Canyon all in the South region. Okay, I'm sorry, don't do nothing for me.
And I think that's my I don't want to say problem. That's my thing now is I'm too old. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I'm too old and I've been through too much, and I'm okay now with being single, which could be a problem. You got to make me not okay with being single. Like, I got to be with this dude. This is him. So yeah.
And that's a good place to be while you're, going into dating. Once you've dated yourself and you're just like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Once you're good with yourself, that's a good place to be. Go ahead, girl. She's ready. Okay. Back to class. Yeah. Okay, so we had a question from one of our previous shows from a viewer. So we're going to answer that before we close out this one. So
okay, so right here, you want me to read it?
Yeah, my bad.
It's a little small. Okay, so do people not play their, hold on. What are your views as far as responsibilities of a boyfriend or girlfriend versus a fiance versus a husband and wife? Do people not play their part correctly? Does this contribute to the lack of successful marriages? Woo, there's a lot of questions. Does playing a role you don't own yet lead to emotional burnout?
I like that last one. Okay, so do you want to answer first?
As far as the responsibilities of a boyfriend or girlfriend, you don't have any. Like, you're not responsible for anything. You're just a boyfriend or girlfriend. Once you become a fiance, I think the only responsibility you have is preparing for the marriage, preparing yourself for the marriage. Getting to know this person is part of preparation for yourself, making sure y'all have a good foundation or whatever. As for husband and wife, we're gonna have to do this. Gonna have to be a whole nother show by itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is, because that's something that you really got to dive into, like, even a boyfriend and girlfriend, because I can go into into depth of, well, because you said you don't have any responsibility.
Yeah.
But it's not saying like you have nothing. Like, you're just out here free willy-nilly.
Right.
Well, it's just the way you are. But, I think the only responsibility is the respect of your relationship. But as far as like financial and all that kind of stuff, yeah, that's not your responsibility.
Right. Your responsibility is still getting to know this person to decide if you're going to move on and this is going to become a fiance or a husband or wife, or if this is something that you don't want to go that further. You know what I'm saying? That's the only responsibility you have.
And the only way to do that is through conversation.
Exactly.
Like real conversation. You know what I'm saying?
That's
to even decide to be a fiance. And a fiance is just nothing but saying my best boyfriend or my best girlfriend, because you could still just leave the relationship at that point. You know,
right? Exactly.
It's nothing set in stone. It's not. It's still okay. No, this isn't it. You still have that option. Rather, as husband and wife, you got to go through a process in order to leave that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I with this one, do you think we should do another just do a whole little chat where we answer this?
Because I don't think it needs to be a whole show.
Well, not a whole show, but just like a quick chat.
Yeah.
Just a random, chat with it. Yeah. And I'm only saying that because we've already been live for almost an hour.
Yeah. And I didn't see all of this either.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we're gonna put this on hold, and then we'll come back and we'll actually just focus on that question. Not make it a whole show, but just focus on it.
Yeah. So thank you all so much for stopping by and joining in the conversation. The questions that we had for each other, leave your answers in a comment as well. We enjoy the feedback. We enjoy, just opening it up even more and seeing what you all think about it. And as we said, well, I'm not as we said, but as I'm going to say, So leave a like and subscribe and click the notification bell so you can see when we are having these live talks and when we upload other videos and everything. Don't forget to follow us on any podcasting platform. We are on all of them if you rather just listen to it and not have the video. And you can just find us by typing in Decade Twins, and we will literally pop up on Google. And you can follow us at IG at Decade Twins. And don't forget about the T-mail, y'all. Send in y'all stories and all of that, or your little things that your questions as well that you would like us to have. You can send it to our email, or you can DM us on IG, and our email is decadetwins@gmail. Okay? So we are out, and we will see y'all next time. Thank you.
Bye.